You're sitting on the sofa. Everything is calm. And then, the second you stand up to walk to the kitchen, your parrot completely loses it, screaming, pacing, full panic mode. And you're thinking, I was gone for literally 10 seconds. What is happening? Here's what most parrot owners never find out. That scream isn't bad behavior. It isn't spite. It isn't your parrot being dramatic. It's a survival signal that goes back millions of years. And once you understand what's actually driving it, you'll never hear that scream the same way again. Before we get into why, let's talk about what your parrot actually is. Not a pet, not a talking toy, a wild flock animal. Parrots in the wild are never, ever alone. From the moment they hatch, they are surrounded by their flock, every second of every day. Their entire nervous system is built around one rule. If I can't hear or see my flock, I am in danger. You are your parrot's flock. You are the reason they feel safe. So when you disappear, even for 10 seconds, their brain doesn't think, oh, they've just gone to the kitchen. Their brain fires a single alarm. Where is my flock? Am I about to die? That scream is not a tantrum. It's a distress call. And it is completely biologically rational. Ornithologists, scientists who study birds, call this behavior a contact call. In the wild, parrots use contact calls constantly throughout the day, just to check in. One parrot calls, the flock answers. It's basically saying, I'm here. Are you there? And then, yes, I'm here. Everything is fine. It takes about 2 seconds. Your parrot is doing the exact same thing with you. When they call out as you leave the room, they are sending a contact call. They're not demanding attention. They are asking a genuine question. Are you still there? The problem is, most owners go silent. They ignore it, hoping it stops. But silence to a parrot doesn't mean everything is fine. Silence means no answer. And no answer means danger. Here's the part that changes how most people see their bird. In a wild flock, parrots have what researchers call a primary bond partner. One bird they are closer to than any other. They preen each other, they sleep side by side, they call for each other, specifically. When a bonded partner goes missing, not just quiet, but genuinely gone, the remaining bird can enter a state that looks remarkably similar to grief. Now, you are that bond partner. Your parrot hasn't chosen you because you feed them, or because they have no other options. They have chosen you, the same way a wild parrot chooses their mate. Completely, irreversibly, for life. That's not something to feel guilty about. That's something to feel the weight of. Because it means every time you leave that room, your parrot isn't being needy. They are missing the most important living thing in their world. The problem is, most owners go silent. They ignore it, hoping it stops. But silence to a parrot doesn't mean everything is fine. Silence means no answer. and no answer means danger. There's a third layer to this, and it's the one that surprises even experienced parrot owners. Parrots are prey animals. Unlike dogs, who are predators and can afford to rest when their pack is out of sight, parrots in the wild are on the menu. Hawks, snakes, cats. A parrot that goes quiet and stays calm when separated from its flock is a parrot that gets eaten. So evolution has spent millions of years selecting for one trait above all others. Parrots that make noise when they're alone survive. Parrots that stay calm when alone do not. Your parrot's nervous system is running ancient survival software that kept their ancestors alive on 3 different continents. And that software has one instruction when the flock goes silent. Be loud until they answer. Not because they're spoiled, not because you've trained them wrong, because that instinct kept every single one of their ancestors breathing. So what do you actually do? 3 things, starting tonight. First, answer the contact call. When your parrot calls as you leave the room, call back. It doesn't have to be words, a whistle, an "I'm here," a simple knock on the wall. You're not rewarding the noise, you're completing the conversation. Your parrot calls, you answer. Alarm dismissed. Second, make your departures predictable. Parrots are highly intelligent pattern readers. If you always say the same phrase before you leave a room, something like, "back in a sec," your parrot's brain learns to predict your return. Unpredictability fuels the anxiety. Predictability diffuses it. Third, never punish the call. Shouting back, covering the cage, moving them to another room, all of these tell your parrot that their distress signal made things worse, which teaches them to panic harder next time. The call is communication. Respond to it like communication. Here's the thing about parrot owners. Most of you already knew something was going on. You could feel it, that your bird's reaction wasn't random, wasn't just noise, wasn't something to be managed or stopped. You were right. Every behavior your parrot has, every call, every dance, every time they tilt their head and stare at you, is a message. And those messages have answers. That's what this channel is for. If you want to understand your bird the way you've always suspected was possible, subscribe. Next week, we're going into why your parrot copies your voice and what they're actually trying to say when they do it. I'll see you there.